going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of City Boys Raw and Uncut. Today we're going to be exploring the liberal temper tantrum that is the 4B movement, right? 4B movement is a handful of women that decided to band together because Donald Trump won the election and abstain from sex, any kind of contact with men. They're divorcing their husbands, breaking up with their boyfriend, all because they believe that because Donald Trump's in office, their rights are going to be stripped from them, which nobody here can substantiate. Nobody can. Every time I ask what rights are women losing, nobody can ever explain anything. They give me very obscure, dumb, thrown off answers like, well, if you can't see it, then I don't know how to explain it to you. It's the weirdest thing, man. It's the weirdest thing. Anyway, let's jump right into it, guys.
You guys feel spicy? Because I do.
No matter how loud, how kind, respectful, how cute, men will still fucking hate you.
Women are talking about bringing that 4B movement right here to the United States.
Hammerlock the fucking Operation 4B.
Refuse to date men, get married, have sex with them, or children.
All I have to say is good luck getting laid. Me and my girlies are participating in the 4B movement.
No more kitty cat for moderate men.
And all the things that the patriarchy wants us to be. Clearly, they don't give a shit about us.
No attention to men. Delete block. Do not respond to them.
Government cares that they're not having kids because children are the future labor force.
I'm gonna start barking and getting fucking crazy.
I think I'm crazy? Me too. Just like all the women before me who were crazy.
It is the best thing I've ever done for my mental health. We're not crazy. We have to do this together.
The women who are doing the 4B movement help other women who are doing the 4B movement.
Sorry, man, I will not be responding to you. I am going to be promoting the 4B movement.
Do not acknowledge them. Do not look at them. Do not laugh at their jokes.
Why exactly are you going to keep becoming subservient to a nation that doesn't literally care about you?
Wake women up.
You guys do know that there's other women in the world, right? And by you guys, I mean the women participating in the 4B movement. You're not the only women in the world. I'm sorry, in the United States, for that matter. The great majority of you guys that are participating in the 4B movement are unattractive anyways. You weren't really getting guys like that anyways. So if this is just a reason for you to cope with that, you think that other girls are going to join you, you're sadly mistaken. I'm telling you right now, women don't stick together for shit. Y'all can't even support the WNBA. Let's continue.
This is not just a protest, but one to end the lives of millions of U.S. men, with millions participating and nowhere left for men to run. People were terrified after the results of the U.S. election had led many women to participate in a movement called 4B, which has women encouraging other women to avoid men completely by breaking up with their current boyfriends or husbands, avoid having children with men, rejecting traditional female jobs, and for some to even quit jobs owned by men. With even viral videos with hundreds of thousands of likes and thousands of saves, encouraging women to poison their lovers' food with agua tofana.
Who can't divorce their husband?
Wait, so now we're threatening to poison men now? I think that's because they know that men really don't give a shit like that. So now you're threatening to actually harm them. You're trying to poke at something that you think is gonna get a reaction. And let's be real here, there's millions of women that are out here participating in 4B. I live in a pretty large city, and the only women that walk around with shaved heads either are like other women, or there might be something wrong with them medically. For real. Let's continue, guys.
No way in hell I'm leaving my man. I'm not here to judge anybody doing this 4B movement, but telling people to divorce their husbands is crazy.
It's crazy work.
First of all, this is the type of movement that is never going to work if every woman in America is not on board.
Straight up.
What's going to happen is that a handful of y'all are going to leave your husbands and end up miserable and alone while your husband is laid up with somebody new. I'm just pointing out the obvious. Like, I just seen a video and the lady was like, divorce your husbands immediately if you can. Scary amount of women on there that was like, yep, I've been telling everybody to divorce their husbands. And then she went on to tell people to poison, schmurder their husbands. Ma'am, you're advocating for schmurder. No one sees an issue with that. And then again, a scary amount of comments like, yep. Please educate me. I'm genuinely having a hard time wrapping my mind around what purpose is that serving. Now, me personally, I'm not married. I do have a man, a great man. Ain't no way on God's green earth I'm finna leave my man. Is you crazy? I'm genuinely having a hard time wrapping my mind around this concept. In a bigger picture, I really want to point out with this is anybody does have a husband worth divorcing or a man worth leaving. This is what it took for you to leave your man.
Facts.
People stick around for neglect, abuse, mistreatment, cheating, lying. Y'all stayed for that. But this is what it took for you to leave? genuinely having a hard time grasping. Why do I need to leave my man to prove a point to a government that's not gonna give a fuck about us either way it goes?
And she's right. See, I love when a girl gets on here and destroys other girls' points and makes them look stupid, because then women can't point the finger at a man that did, if he did the same thing, and be like, oh, you're just a misogynist. Is she a misogynist too? She's a woman. And it is funny. The government's not gonna give a fuck about your 4B status. It's not gonna give a fuck about you. They're not. The world will continue to spin, and everything will continue to go normal, and you'll just fall by the wayside. For real. Let's go.
Keep seeing this shit about the 4B movement, so I finally bit the bullet and just like searched it up on TikTok. And from what I understand, it's a bunch of women from Korea, I believe. They're tired with the misogyny and everything that's going on with men over there and how men are treating them, and they're refusing to have kids, marry men, or have any sex with men, and blah 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 blah. People are saying, should they bring that to America? Should they bring that to Western countries? And here's what I feel like: y'all could do whatever y'all like.
Social media, specifically for women, has tricked y'all into thinking that men want relationships more than women. Y'all have sat up here and listened to these pink pill podcasters for so long that you're flailing and you don't know who to listen to. You don't even know what you want anymore. This is coming from a man who was married with 3 kids. I'm about to get snipped up. I'm done having kids, so this shit ain't gonna affect me at all. I'm just saying, it sounds kind of crazy. First, y'all tried to go with the hookup culture to be liberated sexually and give your, my body, my choice, give your body to all these men, not realizing that like hookup culture is for men. No one benefits from hookup culture more than men. So then you're like, okay, well, I can't do the same thing as them. That doesn't work out. Fuck it, I'm gonna go to the other end of the spectrum. No children, no sex, no nothing. Which I think is, more beneficial to you than hookup culture. But at the same time, it's like they're not even dating men. They're not doing anything. It's like, y'all have to go touch the grass outside. And like I said, I'm married with kids, so I'm standing on the outside of this looking in. And it's just like, if y'all don't see that these cultures try to affect women and not men, it's crazy.
And that's a really good point. The main group of these women are the same women that were saying my body, my choice, sexual liberation, all that shit. These are the women that are out here promoting whole culture. You think that they're gonna participate in 4B? Shit, if they do participate in 4B, it'll be maybe for like a month, 2 months, 6 months. It's not gonna be long before they fall into the hands of a man again. It's just not. Like I said before, one thing you'll come to realize about women is they don't really stand on shit. They don't. And that's okay. That's okay. They don't need to. And the women of this movement will find out very soon how alone they truly are. Because I'm telling you right now, the women that are participating in this that may be even moderately attractive are still gonna get snatched up by guys. They're not gonna be able to ignore guys. It's just not gonna be able to. It's gonna separate the attractive women, which most of the attractive women are not even participating in this shit, from the really unattractive women. And what's gonna happen is the really unattractive women are gonna be standing there looking stupid after it's all said and done. Like, well, I thought they were with us, as if they had an endorsement. You don't. You're alone. Let's go.
Okay, so there are 5 things that men are going to do to try to fight the 4B movement. One of them is going to be terror. They're going to use terror to threaten women. They're going to try to scare women, but telling us all the things they're going to do to us. And some of them are going to actually act out these things. So you're right. It would be good to get your self-defense strategies ready. Thing number 2 will be sour grapes. Oh, we didn't want you ladies anyway. Y'all are over 30. Y'all are used up. Just that. Third thing that they're going to do is attempt to appeal to and exploit feminine empathy. Y'all are really being selfish. You're really hurting people. You women don't care about what this is doing to the world, to the male loneliness epidemic. This is pretty much just the baby crying. If you're black, we all black people need to come together. We can't keep doing this gender war thing. Thing number 4 is going to be attempting to start movements of their own, which they've already done. Well, everything I'm saying they've already done and are already doing, but this one will be short-lived because they don't have a good reason for wanting to divest from romantic relationships with women. And they've never been in romantic relationships with women. They've just been exploiting women. Collectively speaking, on an individual basis, I can't speak to that, but collectively speaking, fabricated romance has been pretty much a collective exploitation of feminine energy in women. Number 5, the 5th thing that they're going to do when all else fails is call daddy. Dad is the law. This is happening now as well. Reproductive rights being taken away from women. That's the boys calling daddy in order to force mom to stay. We're seeing it all play out, but it's really interesting.
I do understand that crack is really, really cheap, right? I'm starting to question some of the girls that are allowed to have TikTok accounts are out here getting hot, for real. No man really cares that much. All that crap that you named on that, you just wasted your time naming that, all that shit, for real. To think that you can sit up here and scare women by saying that, oh, they're gonna get violent and threaten you and some are gonna actually act out on it, it's not gonna really have an effect, it's not. And for her to sit up there and say, collectively men have just exploited women, that's crazy. Collectively, they may have exploited you. That ain't all women. Like I said, this movement is just a reason for women that look like her, that are unattractive, that probably can't get the men that they want, a reason to hate men. That's all this is. It didn't really matter who's president or who's really not president. These women were already like this before this, man. For reul, let's go.
Do this for us all. I'm gonna shave all my hair off and I'm gonna be celibate.
The 4B, whatever.
4B movement, people shaving their head.
What the hell are you doing?
No one was gonna touch you anyways.
Can you guys stop with the 4B comments? Because you're not going to do it. You're not committed.
I went to the hospital today. There's a bag.
Do you know how fucking embarrassing it is to women overseas that actually don't have fucking rights?
Shaving your head? Did it ever occur to you to at least donate your hair?
These are the same people who tell us that a bald, obese woman is beautiful. They themselves don't even believe the words that they're saying.
I think that liberal women are finally starting to understand what pro-life conservative women have been telling them for years. Your life will be better if you stop sleeping with crappy men.
Hear a concept once and all of a sudden you just want to adopt it as though it's a puzzle piece that you found on the floor.
Girls, nobody's coming after your rights.
Do you realize how fucking stupid you look shaving your head?
Preach about being here for women and women's rights. The second you get a chance to help a woman out, you kind of give us the middle
Yeah, and
finger.
that's another thing I wanted to bring. Do y'all understand how disrespectful it is for y'all to be sitting up here from the privileged position that you're in and to be acting as if you're so oppressed? Women in Afghanistan are really oppressed, real oppressed women. Want to know what it's like to not have any real rights? Go over there. Go live over there for a little while. In the Western world, in the United States, period, as a woman, you sit on top, straight up. Your priorities get pushed to the front. Divorces, y'all win 90% of the divorce, the divorce settlements. Child support, 90% of custody cases. Y'all win all of that. Y'all get jobs just off the fact that you're a woman. You get things handed to you. You can go start an OnlyFans and be rich as hell. Not everybody can do that, but you can do that. As a woman here, you'll never be homeless and hungry. You're not gonna be like that, not for very long. There's always gonna be some man there to help you. There always is. So when you talk about being oppressed, miss me with that bullshit.
What in the fuck is a 4B movement? Fellas, y'all really done it now, piss these women off. Because I hear that's when they go on strike with the cooter. Y'all ain't finna be getting no box. Boy, it's gonna be so much cooter on the rainbow side. You're gonna have to turn to the pooper scooper. Ladies, when you get over here, don't bring that baby daddy drama on this motherfucking side, because we don't deal with that shit over here. But boy, y'all done fucked up more ways than one now.
And that's what y'all got to look forward to when y'all so-called are not messing with men, which you guys are not really gonna fucking follow through with it anyway. Let's just be real here. But that's what you gotta look forward to. That's what you gotta look forward to. Let's continue.
Why in a moment of distress people don't set realistic goals for themselves? Y'all are 4B movementing me to death, and y'all do not know the first thing about being anybody's 4 or B. 4B movements, let me reiterate for y'all, means y'all not gonna be with no man, y'all not gonna be dealing with no man, y'all not gonna be having intercourse with no man, y'all not gonna be dating no man. It's just gonna be you, yourself, and your homegirls, okay? And some women can do this because this is something they have been practicing for a long amount of time. But a lot of us cannot, and I'm including myself and a lot of us. Instead of feeling like because now all of these restrictions may be placed on women that you just have to decenter men, right? You have to just say F all men. How about you date with a purpose? Hear me out. How about you only involve yourself with men who you can see yourself having a child
That's
with?
the thing. They won't do that. They won't do that because they want to be able to go out and have casual sex and be able to abort their babies and have no real accountability. That's what they want. They don't want to date with purpose. And oh, by the way, what rights are being stripped from women? That's the question everybody keeps asking. What rights? Nobody can answer that question. But when y'all find out, let me know. That way I can do a video on it and we can delve deep into it for real. Because I do my research and we'll come back here. We'll all have some popcorn and look into this. But until that day, we cannot keep saying that y'all are losing y'all rights when y'all aren't. For real. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's go, baby.